and remember. Years ago, if you're like most people, you probably have a long list of books you want to read, languages you want to speak, even skills you wish you could learn. The fact is, today we're confronted with more and more information, and there are so many things we wish we could learn and remember. Years ago, I had the opportunity to receive coaching with 2 trained specialists in speed reading and memory improvement, and it was one of the most life-changing experiences I've ever had. Later that year, when I went to get my master's degree, I saw that I was able to read and retain huge amounts of information. Because I was asked so many times, how do you do that? Or how can I learn how to do that? I decided to partner up with specialists, Dr. Lev and Professor Anna Goldentouch, to work on developing an online course so that we could share these skills with the entire world. And within a short amount of time, our original course, Become a Super Learner, became one of the top courses in the history of Udemy. In this all-new version of Become a Super Learner, we've worked hard to improve the course from the ground up. We've refined every single lecture based on the feedback of thousands of students. We've added all new and exciting materials. We've introduced worksheets, and because of all this, we feel that it's our finest work to date. If you've ever wanted to learn things rapidly, like Tim Ferriss or Elon Musk, if you want to be able to retain huge amounts of information and waste less, also how to improve your memory, how to retain things that you read, and an entirely different framework for deconstructing knowledge and understanding the basic elements of learning. Whether you're completely new to super learning or a previous student of our previous course, you'll extract tremendous value from all the new and improved materials so that you too can become a super learner. Hi, my name is Jonathan Levy, and I'm going to be the instructor of this course, Become a Super Learner. Perhaps you're just joining us, and this is the first time you've ever been exposed to super learning. Perhaps you're one of the over 50,000 students and readers of our version 1.0 course. Either way, you're here because you want to learn faster, remember more, and unlock the vast potential of your mind. Well, you're in great hands because this course will help you do all of that. It requires no prior knowledge, and it's perfect for beginners all the way up to folks looking for a review or even people seeking more advanced techniques. It's also jam-packed with new materials, thorough demonstrations, and hands-on worksheets, making it our most effective and comprehensive course to date. Now, I'm sure you're quite eager to start deconstructing the learning process, hacking your memory, and upgrading your reading speed. Honestly, we're excited to take this journey with you, too. But before we can get started, I'd like to give you a quick story of how this course originally came to be and what we've accomplished since its inception. So, about 2 years ago, after selling my e-commerce company, I was interning in a venture capital firm with some very smart people. And I came to know someone named Lev, who was working in one of the startups there in the VC. I realized that Lev was a little bit different when we began sharing common interests. When I would send Lev an article I found interesting, I'd get a reply back in about a minute or two with half a page of comments. Lev also had a habit of sending me 5 to 10 news articles every morning as he sat there and drank his coffee. These often were about a minute or two apart, and they all came in the span of under half an hour. Now, eventually, I started to wonder what was up, and so I went into Lev's office, and I saw him scrolling rapidly down the page. So I said, Lev, if you're not going to actually read the articles, you can't rightfully send them for me to read. Lev told me that actually he did read the articles, and when I pressed for details or information about some of them, I saw that, in fact, his comprehension of the articles was extraordinarily high. Now, immediately, I thought, oh, you read it before I sent it to you. my mistake. He told me that no, actually the speed in which he was scrolling down the page was actually the speed of him reading. I was shocked. I was sure that he was playing tricks on me. I mean, how do you have that level of detail and clarity when you're scrolling on the page as fast as I would scroll if I were searching for something? It was then that Lev told me that his wife is actually one of the leading specialists here in Israel on speed reading and mnemonics, the study of memory techniques. Now, myself, and I'd never actually succeeded. I tried Tim Ferriss's PX method. I tried that Evelyn Wood book, 7-Day Speed Reading. When Lev checked, though, my speed was actually at about 450 words a minute, but with about 20% comprehension. Lev, on the other hand, was comfortably reading at about 1,500 words a minute with 80 to 90% comprehension. Needless to say, I immediately inquired as to how I could learn this amazing skill. And fortunately for me, Anna offered private coaching sessions. Now, they weren't cheap, and the whole process took about 6 weeks. But, and I have to say this with no exaggeration, that course changed my life. When I went off to a condensed 1-year MBA, those skills saved me so much time and allowed me to keep up with the near superhuman workload assigned by my professors. I found myself, during group exams or group work, reading the pages and then looking up to see that everyone else would take another 10 to 15 minutes to read the exact same content. There were a lot of funny times during business school where people would say, we'd really appreciate if you would actually read the article. And I'd say, yeah, I read the article. In fact, check out page 32, Exhibit C. You'll find the exact information we're looking for. Since the moment I acquired this amazing skill, people have had a lot of questions. The biggest one is, can anyone do this? And the answer is yes. You can do this, but only with the proper instruction. And in my opinion, only with the unique methods developed by Anna and Lev. Now, for this reason, at first, I referred 3 or 4 of my friends to Anna to take private coaching lessons via Skype. But Anna's only one woman, and as I said, the course isn't cheap, and she's had to raise her rates over the years because she simply doesn't have enough hours in the day to coach everyone. Now, after my MBA, I was taking some other courses on Udemy, and I thought it would be a great platform to share the information and really spread the potential of these skills. So I translated the materials from Hebrew, and I added in some of the articles and research that I'd found helpful as a student, and I created a course out of it. I also used my super learning skills to read everything I could find about online courses and marketplaces, pedagogical design, and so much more. Still, when we uploaded the original course, we could have never imagined what would happen next. Within 2 years, we'd accumulated about 50,000 students. We'd appeared on numerous top-ranking podcasts. We'd published a best-selling book. We'd even ranked among the top instructors in the history of Udemy. And that brings us to where we are today, Superlearner 2.0. Over the years since publishing the course, we've learned a lot. We've had tens of thousands of students go through the course, and so we know where students struggle. We know which topics need a little more clarification. We even have some great new content like worksheets and quizzes and demonstrations. All in all, this course is the product of hundreds of thousands of hours of real-world testing, and we believe it's the absolute best accelerated learning and speed reading program on the face of the planet. Throughout the course, we're going to help you completely deconstruct your learning process, starting with hacking your memory. We're going to teach you a new way to create and store memories, how to triple your reading speed, and we're going to give you the tools to do rigorous at-home training. It's not going to be easy. Becoming a super learner is about much, much more than some of the traditional speed reading programs out there. It's a comprehensive shift in the way that you learn. This means that we're going to have to retool the way you learn and remember new information, first and foremost. What I'm trying to say is this: you're going to have to work for this, and it's not going to happen overnight. But with the lectures and the worksheets and exercises we've provided, you can and you will succeed. If you're eager and you have the free time now, it's a great idea to go through all of the video lectures and prepare yourself for what you're about to learn. But if you're pressed for time, you can also go through the lectures one by one, stopping to do the homework of that week at each stage. And with that, we'll go ahead and dive right in and start setting up to succeed in this course.